Hello. So we're back in the SD1. Probably make out it has been resprayed, but we're going to cover that in a separate video. So this video we're going to look at the wiring. So first I want to take a look at electric windows. None of the electric windows seem to work anymore. We did have a functioning passenger side window when we went in for paint. That doesn't work now. We did kind of have a functioning driver side one. That doesn't work. The back two, I knew were dead anyway. They're probably just seized. So we're already taking some of the door trims off. So we're going to look at electric windows. I think we should probably look at central locking. And there's some lights in there as well. I want to look at the electric mirrors. So just everything related to that. We'll do a bit of a roundup, see what parts we need and see if we can figure out what's going on. So should be interesting. Hopefully you can see this okay. So I think the best place to start is firstly to see does electric motor work or not, and then work our way backwards from there. So I think got a connection way in there. That one. So I did make up a couple of cables here that you can use for this purpose to test these. Makes it a wee bit easier when you're on your own doing this. Right, so we have a functioning motor on this side. Right, so we know that motor works. Right, we'll work our way backwards from here, so we'll connect that back up. There you go. Right, okay, so next thing, let's see if we're getting any supply from the switch over to here. So this is the should be the switch and circuit there. So there we go, when you press the down button, we're getting a voltage on that, so that relay, well, the relay seems to be working and the switch seems to be sending the signal. Get that in there. And this will be the up, I guess. Yep, so got some voltage there. Battery is getting pretty low actually. Right, so the switch up and down, supplying the relay with voltage. So I think the next step, let's see if the earths are working. What I'll probably do is maybe adjust this camera up a wee bit. Right, that should be a wee bit better. Right, so where were we? We were looking to see, well, if we've got earths up here, which I think we obviously do by the looks of that, because we've got a switch signal there, so I think those earths are fine. But what we need to see is, are we getting power to the relay? So I'm guessing this will be our power, because that blue one and the red one go to the motor. So this will be our power here. One will be linked right in with the other relay, and one will go somewhere else in the car. So I would say we're pretty safe if we check this one, the brown and purple one, and then our 0.03. Right, so ignition's on, so that should have 12 volts there. So we definitely have a feed problem to that door. So we have a functioning motor, we have functioning switches, functioning relays, but we don't have a 12 volt feed when the ignition's on coming from that one. Right, so after we look through the wiring diagram, the next part of the puzzle takes us in here. This is a thermal cutout switch. I guess anybody that has a SD1 will know what that's there for. This looks like our, actually can't you see that for that angle? That looks like our feed to the door relays. That looks like the supply to the switch. So we'll get the multimeter on that and see what's going on. Right, so that's just plugged into the feed there, and we have battery voltage. I'll do this with one hand. That's into the output, and we have 0.3. So resetting it, yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to stay reset. So there's obviously some kind of, yeah, it just clicks back out. So it looks like there's a fault on the line there somewhere, you know, on that brown and purple line somewhere around the car. So not really sure what the next step's going to be on that. I'll have to have a think about that one. Yeah, I'm just wondering if that's maybe shortened to ground or something. I mean, that's continuity test there, and that suggests that's earthed. I think what I'd have to do is probably remove the connections on each of the other relays and then redo that test. So yeah, I'll go and do that, I think. Right, that's them all disconnected except the passenger's door. You're still getting that. So that's interesting. Right, so I've had a wee look around the wiring looms and all the doors, just, you know, where they've been routed through. Obviously these are all disconnected now, and it still seems to be shorting out to ground. So I'll have a wee look under this driver's side. I'll just have to look through where the looms come through into the car, see if there's anything obvious. Right, so that looks like our cable there, doesn't it? Ah, there we go. Look, there's your problem. That's been put back in the wrong place, because I bet you that's on earth. So that looks like that's wrong. I bet you this one here, yeah, because there's your purple and brown. They've been mixed up, haven't they? Got purple, brown, grey, 2 greys and a green. Yep. So that needs to plug into that. Right, let's see if we can do this with one hand. Right, that's them plugged in there now. That That one plugged in up there, don't know what they are. Something else related to the door. Right, we'll go around now. Turn that ignition on. We'll go around and see if that's still earthing out, which 99.9% certain it isn't going to be. Where are we? Is that wire gone? It's in there somewhere. It's way in there. Yeah, nothing. So let's try connecting that back up. That's that in. Put that off there. Stick these relays back in. Fingers crossed. Reach across, so we need to plug the switches back in. There we go. There we go, we've got a result. So that was that one. So that was a peculiar fault. Like I said, I was suspicious because it worked when it went in. So what I do think we need to do is look at how this loom is routed. I did see everything moving there when the window was going down. I think we'd probably do some adjustment on this window as well. It's quite tight, so I had to do this with the Maestro as well. So a bit of work in there, but at least we know that window does now work. Great, right, we'll move on to the driver's one now. See if we can get that one working. Right, so that's the relays plugged back in on the driver's side front. Moment of truth, is it going to work? There we go. Right, so that was our problem. And that's definitely catching that loom there, which is not going to be good long term. So but anyway, it's working, so that's good. On to the next thing. Right, moving on to the driver's rear door on the Rover. So we're going to try and figure out what's going on in here. So I think the best plan is just take the regulator out, take the motor out, the whole lot out, take the glass out as well, check the runners and stuff, and then see what we've got that actually works. Fingers crossed the motor actually works, and it's just a case it's maybe seized or something. So these don't look too bad to dismantle. To be fair, there's plenty of access there to get the motor out. So it's a case of some 8mm and 10mm bolts from what I gather. Right, need to put this somewhere safe so it doesn't get smashed or hit off the paintwork. Yeah, maybe just inside the car actually. Stick it in here just now. Right, then we're just left with. Right, we'll be needing a new one of them then. Maybe give these a good wash with some APC. And then reassemble. Right. That's enough for today in this, till we get a new motor ordered. Back on the Rover again, so we're going to have a go at getting this door fitted back up with the glass and the regulator and the wiring and stuff like that. We've now sourced a good used regulator motor through one of the Facebook pages, so thanks very much for that. So we'll get that fitted up now, and hopefully this should be running a wee bit smoother. Right, we'll wrap up this video on the Rover. So we've got all 4 electric windows working now. 2 secs, I'll go in and turn them on. So there we have driver's one. That driver's door switch isn't perfect, so that might need to be replaced in the future. Passenger's one. Oh yeah, that's flying. That's going a million mile an hour, that one. Oh, that's the other one. Oh, that's a bit grumpy. Well, it was going fast. Now it's going slow. Jesus Christ. Well, it does move, just. Go on, go on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. And this one's flying. This one's flying. Look at that one. Oh, that one's juddering as well. That's weird. So what we had with these windows was a combination of several things. The back driver's side one, the regulator motor had seized, so we got a replacement one of those, stuck that in, lubricated it, and all was good. Also cleaned up the edge of the glass as well, which seemed to be causing it to stick. Similar story in the back left. The regulator and stuff was fine, but it was really stiff, so I did lubricate it, but I think that's why it's struggling now. I might need to take the glass right out that one and actually clean off around the perimeter. There was just this like layer of crap around it that hardened, which was making it harder to work. So I might need to do that, but at least I know it kind of does work now. It did work faster when I fixed it, so who knows, maybe the battery's getting tired. I'm getting tired. So passengers, obviously that was the wiring. Well, the whole front was the wiring issue, so we covered that one earlier, so that's good. Hope that's been interesting, and I'll see you all next time.